Welcome back, basketball fans. Welcome back. So, Kenyan basketball has been quite interesting in the past few months. So, we had the Kenya Basketball Federation. They were hit with a court ruling, the way they did the AGM on procedurally, and even they went ahead to try to it looked like there was a standoff and they tried to ignore it. They released their preliminary schedule for the games, and right now, as we speak, reports just came out saying that they canceled the games so to open. They were scheduled to start off 25th August. That's tomorrow. But given the current situation of the federation and the court ruling that they were almost this close to subverting it, the way they subverted the last year's one, they just forced their hand to cancel it, and a lot of sanctions are just going to be imposed onto the Kenya Basketball Federation. I really don't like covering these types of issues. I like to keep it 100% basketball, but sometimes it just gets to a point where these off-court issues just come in and affect the overall on-court issues that we need to address. So, given that situation, alongside it, we also have the CS of Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, being summoned to Parliament. He was just answering a couple of questions concerning the way Team Kenya goes out and represents our country. So he's on the hot seat right now. I believe there was some issues that he needed to address. I'm not gonna go too detailed into that. Maybe I'll just spare that for a video that's gonna release. But I'm just gonna keep it basketball. So last year, before the elections, we had CS Amina Mohammed, who really, I can say, she plunged the whole sports docket into oblivion. She had a hand in the mismanagement that we have right now. I'm not gonna go too much detailed into what she did, but long story short, I even covered it in the video saying that when the Kenya Morans were stranded in JKIA, when they wanted to go fly to be able to represent Team Kenya in Alexandria in Egypt, you saw her. She came out with a statement in corroboration with the Secretary saying that they didn't have any money to be able to fly out the Kenya Morans team. Mind you, these are players that are representing the country. They're not representing a club. If it was a club, it would be different. But representing your own country with taxpayers' money, they didn't have. There was not even that certainty that they're going to fly out. And the puzzling thing was, I didn't even cover this, but I'm just going to mention it right here. In just a space of a few weeks, we had the 3x3 team last year going for the Commonwealth Games, and they participated there in the UK, right? How is it that there was money kept set aside for that, but there wasn't money set aside for the team Morans? So that was a very huge question that I said that I had even at the time. But when you had the arguments, they were saying they didn't have the budget was run out. The next month was election. The financial year has ended. But the funny thing was, we knew that you're going to fly out in July last year to go for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, but there wasn't money set out for that, knowing that we were going to match up in July and we played in February, but there was money set aside for the Commonwealth Games. So that was a very huge red flag. So fast forward, you saw Honorable Babu Namwamba taking that post for the Ministry of Sports, Youth Affairs, and Heritage. So we had a lot of things to clean up, especially the CS in his ministry. A lot of things that seemingly were not going the way that it should be. So there was so much that was going into that. But in this one, I just focused solely on basketball. Given the way he took over, at least we have not had any incident of any team Kenya with reference to basketball having any issues flying out. They've been able to fly out well. They've been able to have smooth travels. But keeping it basketball, you're seeing KBF right now. They're just they're on the hot seat. They have managed to get away with a lot of infractions even through the years, especially last year when we had the whole issue with KP and Equity, which was, I feel like, was very mishandled, and the team that had the most leverage won. We had the Ulinzi Lakeside issue, which eventually there was a ruling saying that the league should be nullified. That didn't happen. KBF went ahead and subverted that, right? Then come out and just act as if everything is normal. So what they wanted to do right now was they were trying to act as if everything is back to normal and they will just continue regardless of the ruling that has already been put there. But the way people are coming at them and the way people are asking them the tough questions and giving like the way the ruling was publicized and everyone was able to access like the whole detailed document on how things happen. Even I put it on my Instagram and also put it on our social media for everyone to see. Even on Facebook, it was there. You're seeing a situation where there's no escape route for these guys. There's no way that they can run away from this, because majority of the time they're able to get away with all these infractions by the fact that not many people knew the situation. They were able to like conceal information and just quiet it from the public. But right now everything is just being broadcasted. The games, any infraction that they're committing, the public know what is happening, courtesy of yours truly, because we have to make sure that we inform the masses. My job right here is just to inform the masses of what is really going on. But when you look at in depth and you see like the rot that is inside KBF, it begs the question, like, why is it that the players don't understand the leverage that they have and just completely boycott the league? The thing is, the player is the one that has the most leverage, because without the player, there's no team manager. And without the team manager, there ain't no game officials. Without game officials, there's nothing basketball. Even if the posts become irrelevant. But majority of the time, I'm seeing a situation where we're giving too much leverage to these KBF officials, to the point where they feel like they are entitled to act the way they act. And it has come to a point where people are realizing and they're seeing the truth. They have tried to conceal a lot. I didn't make a video about this, but even with my commentary in covering the Kenya Morans, you saw they tried to silence me on Facebook. They put me in jail. They didn't want, the truth to be revealed. And you could see a situation where they're attempting to control the narrative. They want to silence the people who are questioning the norm, and they don't want people to know the actual truth and get full context of what really happened. So you're seeing a situation where the truth is being hidden from the public, or even if it's leaked there, they're trying to like regulate it. And anyone who is going outside of and trying to like be bold and ask and question their actions, they try to ostracize them. So what they try to do to me. So given that whole situation, a lot of people are waking up to the realization that these guys are very incompetent in how they're running things, and they don't know what they're supposed to do. Even I made a post saying that they should hand in their resignation if they have shown that they are incompetent enough to not be able to put and streamline systems together to be able to run the sport, or even make sure to be people that know how to manage the sport. They should just hand in their resignation and we should go back to elections, because why is it that we're having people who don't know what their job and their role running the sport and regulating the sport? So honestly, if you ask me, this is actually progress and steps to the right direction. I'm very happy to see this situation being handled this way, because we're shedding light on issues that needed to be addressed years ago, even before the elections, and even the corruption that is there, even in selection of the national teams. You're seeing there's no criteria. They're not telling us. They're not forthright with what they are saying. They do shady deals, and they try to pull the wool over our eyes, and they try to regulate the masses, and they try to regulate the narrative, which they can't do, because we're watching everything. We're able to see everything, so you cannot hide that information. So one thing that I like, especially when it comes to the internet, we're able to like know and understand everything, every single thing that happens within our borders and outside our borders. So when them trying to like try to regulate is a futile effort, and all this information will always come to light. All the corruption that has been plaguing KBF will come out to the light. We are seeing through the relentless like court cases, even the Sport Dispute Tribunal coming in and stepping in and trying to do that. You're seeing teams that are not being registered. You're seeing the lax. You're seeing team managers being lax on registration of teams. You only see 2 teams, and there are so many teams there. So there's so much mess inside KBF, and in large part, you're seeing even in the leadership that is there. One thing that I came to not even to realize, but I came to like take note was anyone who is elected for any role, the only thing that they've done is just won elections. You don't know how competent they are. It's different from someone who's appointed. Someone who's appointed is someone who has gone through vetting, and his skill set match the job. You're seeing a situation where people are getting elected, even in our local politics, you're seeing people getting elected and they don't know their job description. So you have people elected inside KBF, they don't understand their job description. They're just there because they just won the elections. They don't care about improving the sport. They don't care about any of that. They only care about flying out and going to those trips. You're seeing all the federation officials, they travel to go to Tunisia to watch the 3x3 games. They travel to Algeria to watch the 3x3 games at the cost of taxpayers' money. And you're seeing, I'm not saying that it's bad for them to go, but all I'm saying is majority of the time, it's not about benefiting the players. It's all about them just having an outing and going outside. Even you saw that even last year. So the thing is, the corruption and the incompetence is coming to light. I said even in a previous video that the coaches need to be fired. The coaches for the national team need to be fired, both men and women. The legacy players need to be cut from the team. The team manager needs to be fired with immediate effect. And the federation officials, all those elected people, the chairman, vice chairman, whoever he is, the secretary general, all these people, they should just hand in the resignation and just step aside, because they have shown year after year that they are very incompetent. They got into office 2021, and if you look at the track record 2 years into it, they have done virtually nothing to improve the sport. So the thing is, if you just cannot produce those results, you just need to get parking and go home, because they have shown that you can't be able to hold a post and be able to do that. So there's so much rot, especially when it comes to KBF. They have been exposed multiple times with through independent journalists like myself, and I'm very bold in talking about this, and I don't shy away from addressing these issues, because I feel there should be some level of responsibility in terms of reporting. So when you see something happen, I just make sure to give my honest and unbiased opinion. And given the current situation is currently constructed, the KBF is just in a free fall to oblivion, and the incompetence is being seen in 4K. And one thing I must say is this about KBF: corruption in KBF has led us to this point where we have incompetence just breeding through. Even in the selection of the national teams, you're seeing people, they don't have a criteria. They're just putting people there just because they know them, and putting people that you're not sure which result they're going to give you. So you're not putting people there just because you're not putting there people who are going to win games for you. You're putting people there just to go win. You just go play there, and they're not going to give you any win. So you're seeing there are people who are very good in the national team. Even the team that even I gave to be able to rebuild around, you're seeing there are good players there. But there are legacy players who are holding the team back. They've gone multiple times they've gone outside the country, and they have failed year after year. Why would you still bring them back? Because they're in that clique, they're in that cabal, they're in that mafia that is there that is running KBF, and they are the part in the rotten KBF. The corruption has bred a certain level of incompetence that is not even uh, letting us even improve. So honestly, the KBF just needs a hard reset. They just need all these people just to leave and have people who know how to operate a federation, properly handle a federation, operate the federation, because given the track record of these guys, they have nothing to show for it and they have nothing to offer. So that's just my opinion. Please tell me what you think on the comment section. I just had to come up with an update talking about this, and just know that I'm watching. I know you watch my videos, you KBF officials, Team Morans, everyone in the Kenya basketball fraternity. I know you watch my videos right now. You're waiting for me to make another video. So I will be dropping these videos for you, for the viewers. And please leave a feedback down in the comments on what you think. And yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.